up? I'm Amanda. My at or whatever is Coolness Bruja. Been trying to make a YouTube channel, but like I be putting that shit off because like lazy and uncomfortable sharing myself with the internet. So I would make a typical intro video, but I thought it would just be better if I dove into like, I don't know, well, this topic in general is like why I guess like people started following me, or why like a handful of people did, was having a shit bag and ulcerative colitis. So I was like, I should make a video about that, especially because like I get mad questions about that still, like what were your symptoms, like do I have it, like, or people who already have experienced it and like have a shit bag and kind of like want to know about the reversal surgery or whatever. So yeah, dive the fuck into this story, bitch. So the reason I had a shit bag basically was because in 2015, I want to say, yeah, 2015, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And basically, so backtrack, like, no, there's no like known cause for this, you feel me? Like, you don't just like do something and then it comes. It's something that like progresses over time, and there's a bunch of theories as to why you have ulcerative colitis. You don't just like, there's not just one specific type of person that gets it. It's like anybody can get it type shit. But there are factors to it that make you more susceptible to getting ulcerative colitis. Genetics is one of them. So like if someone in your family has it, you're more likely to have it. Like I have like a cousin, I think, like my aunt's cousin or something like that has ulcerative colitis, and that's like, so it's like in the family. And then I have other family members that have IBD and IBS, so it's like in the family, as well as like what your diet looks like. And during that time I used to eat a bag of hot Cheetos a night, so I'm pretty sure like that definitely influenced it. Along with drinking, because I used to drink a lot when I was in high school, a lot of beer, and I feel like that was definitely something that made me more susceptible to it. And then what actually triggered it though was in June of 2015. This guy raped me, and when I woke up the next day I wasn't feeling very well for obvious fucking reasons. And when I went to the bathroom, I realized that there was blood in the toilet. So I wasn't sure whether it was like my period. I think I was, hi mom. So I was having my cramps, I was bleeding, so every time I would eat, I would notice that my stomach would hurt a lot, so I would go to the bathroom. And then when I would go to the bathroom, every time there was blood, and I was like, what the fuck? And I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I came back to LA. I remember even like on the bus from LA, from the Bay to LA, it was just like, I was so sick. I just like, super nauseous, my stomach hurt so much. And my mom and I set up an appointment at UCLA Medical Center or whatever, and they couldn't see me for like a month. It was just so painful. I stopped eating. I couldn't even drink water. Like it was so painful. So we went to the emergency room. In the emergency room they kept giving me antibiotics, but antibiotics makes it worse because ulcerative colitis, if I'm not mistaken, I'm no fucking doctor and I have not researched this like super well, but ulcerative colitis means that like in your colon, the bacteria that's supposed to like when you're sick, the that's supposed to kill the bad bacteria, it starts to think that everything is bad, so it even kills off the good bacteria. So your body's just fighting like a not sick thing inside of you. So it's like it's killing off everything. Like we have like 99% of bacteria is good bacteria, and there's just 1% that's not good. So your body fights that stuff off. But when your body's fighting off everything, like it literally starts to like shut down. So I'd go to I went to the emergency room like 3 times, I feel like, and every time they would send me back with fucking antibiotics, and it wouldn't fucking work because antibiotics like makes more like of the killing bacteria, so it makes you sicker actually. And so I finally got an appointment mad fast because they were like, okay, this bitch is sick. And I was talking to a doctor who's like the best doctor in the world. His name's Dr. Ziering. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say that. But he saved my fucking life, bitch. So he was like, just let me know if you're feeling like, if you can't eat. Like, he gave me some medicine, and he was just like, but if you really can't stand the pain, like, he didn't know what we had, actually, so I had to do like testing for it. And while we were doing the testing, he was like, if you can't just stay at home, just let me know, like, email me, I'll make sure you get a room. So I went home that night, and then I was like, oh hell no, like, I can't do this anymore, like, I need to be in a hospital. It's like all in the span of a month. So for me, like, first getting sick to like me being put in the hospital was like mid-June to mid-July. And then in mid-July, I was admitted to the hospital, and they were doing all these sorts of tests. I still couldn't eat. I lost so much weight. I was like 130 when I got sick, and by the time it was August, I was 110. It was fucking crazy. I was losing so much weight because I just couldn't hold down food. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. They were doing mad tests, mad coloscopies and endoscopies. It's like where they put like cameras in your ass and in your throat so that they could see what's going on the inside. And yeah, so I did that, and they figured out that I had ulcerative colitis. It's kind of difficult for doctors to tell what you have because there's so many different types of IBD and IBS, so that's why a lot of people get misdiagnosed. Luckily I wasn't. In August, so they got me on medicine, they got me regulated or whatever. I was in remission. And I was on a Humira, I want to say. Yeah, I was on Humira treatment, IV treatment. And so once they got me stabilized, I went home, and I was going back every week and a half to get an IV treatment of Humira. And that I was supposed to do like for the rest of my life type shit. I was supposed to go and get an IV treatment. So all of August I was doing that, and like a little bit into September, and my doctor basically was like, Humira was the last treatment that we could try on you, like nothing else worked. So it's like you can either try to figure out how to work it with Humira, or like we have to remove your colon. And I was so fucking nervous because I was like, as much as I don't like being sick, like I also don't want like a huge scar on my stomach, because there's people who have scars like down the middle of here, like all like, or like cesarean cut. So I was really nervous. I was like, fuck, I don't want a big ass scar on my stomach, especially because like when you're 17, like body image and shit like that, and I already had hella body image problems, so like that was so nerve-wracking. So it's a 3-step process. I totally forgot about that. It feels like it was just one surgery because I had them so far apart. Some people can do it in 2 steps. Some people do it in 3. Because I was so sick, they wanted to do it in 3. So the first surgery that I had was removing my colon. And they took that bitch out, and the moment I woke up the next day, I felt fucking amazing, bruh. I felt like a huge weight was lifted on my shoulder. There was no pain and no anything. Like, it was like fucking night and day. It was crazy because you're in so much pain one day, and then they remove it, and it's just like, ah. I didn't have any like problems walking after. Yeah, that shit was cool. So within like 3 days, I was out of the hospital. That time I was in the hospital, I was only there for like a week, I want to say. Yeah. And I just started living my regular life with the shit bag. What they do is they remove your colon, and they cut a piece of your small intestine, and then that piece of your small intestine, they have like, they make an incision. So they make an incision on your stomach, and it's just like a little slice like that. Like, this is my scar. And they pull out the small intestine, and they like flip it like this, so it's like out. These are like the different stoma sizes. That's what it's called. This thingy is called a stoma. There's different types of stoma sizes. So they like make you press it up. That would be too big for mine. That would be still too fucking big for mine. But whatever. Okay. Also, this brand is Hollister, bitch. fashion. Just kidding. So yeah, here's like the stoma sizes. It shows you like how many inches you could do. So you would find your stoma size, and then you would like kind of like try to press it to here. I didn't do this because by the time you have this, like, you already know what stoma size you are, so you just like whatever, draw the circle. Then you put in scissors here and you would cut around, and then you grab this, and this is like sticky, and you put that sticky part around here, and then you place it over the stoma, and your stoma would just stick out. Oh, this is so cute. I miss my little stoma. And it would just like be like, right, you would just pop out like that. And then you would get one of these. This is a bag. And then you put this like that. You would like clip it on. And then it would just be like this, like that, like this. It will like pop out sometimes like that. Yeah, that's basically a shit bag, what I had. And that, you poop into it. Yeah, you don't poop out your butt. So for like 2.5 years, I didn't poop out my butt. No, just 2 years actually. Yeah, I didn't poop out my butt. I pooped into that bag. That's a shit bag, and it comes out of your small intestine. Some people have other parts of their body cut into that, but I had my small intestine. And basically, your butthole's out of service. Like nothing. I mean, my body, like your body's used to pooping every day, so my body would like make me feel like I had to poop. So within 3 months of having ulcerative colitis, I had to have my colon removed. And then I had the poop bag. And then in December, I had a second surgery where they created a J pouch. And a J pouch is a reconstruction of your small intestine. And they stitch it up or whatever to be able to hold more poop, more shit. So that when you are connected, you can just go to the bathroom. You know, there's no like, there's no problem. Like, you don't have to go to the bathroom all the fucking time because your small intestine is really skinny. It doesn't hold a lot of poop. It's kind of just like moving through. So they created a J pouch in December, and I had a complication with that surgery. So the day after the surgery, I was feeling really, really lightheaded, and I noticed that I was bleeding a lot. Like there was blood on my bed, and I was like, what the fuck? And so I called the nurse in, and I told her I wasn't feeling well. And she tried to take my vitals, but everything was super, super low. So they had to like do a code red where all the fucking doctors come in and like make sure that I'm good. And they like, I was just like I passed out, I feel like, for most of it. And they couldn't find a fucking vein to put an IV in. They couldn't do anything. And I was in so much pain. It hurt so bad. So then they put me into an emergency colonoscopy. Yeah, I had an emergency colonoscopy. And in the emergency colonoscopy, they like cleared it out and like fixed it. And so then I was good like by the next day. But it was so mad scary because I was all alone and like I was still only 17. And then I was like, man, I fucking like my shit bag. Like, I'm scared to go through this again. Like, that shit was not fun. So in March of 2016, I decided to not get a reversal surgery all the way. I was like, I think I'm gonna wait because I'm comfortable with my shit bag and I'm scared to go through with the other surgery because there's so many like complications that you can have. Your J pouch can actually get something that's very similar to ulcerative colitis, and it's called pouchitis. It's basically when your pouch starts to do the same thing that your colon did. That was really, really scary for me. But ulcerative colitis and having a ostomy bag, really did for me. Like, it changed my whole entire perspective of myself and who I am as a person. I definitely feel like it inspired me to actually like have a purpose and to not waste time, and to actually take care of myself and listen to my body. I feel like my intuition has gotten stronger since I had ulcerative colitis, just because, I don't know, I've learned so much more about myself. I feel like it was really like one of those turning points or thresholds into something so much bigger. When you have an ostomy bag, you know, like not a lot of people have it. It's not something that's common. It's kind of embarrassing. You can see it through some of your clothes. Like I remember like when my bag would get filled up, especially like in jeans like this, like it would be really uncomfortable for me because like you would be able to see it like lifting more because it's getting full and you would have to like empty that out. It was always kind of like weird for me, especially like when my boyfriend and I at the time would go through tiffs or whatever like that. Like it wasn't as easy for me to just like go like talk to other people because it was like they're not just like accepting me for who I am, they're accepting like also me having a shit bag. Yeah, so it was weird having a shit bag, you know, like guys don't look at you the same as much as people like fucked with me as a person. It was just like, the bitch has a shit bag, you feel me? Which actually, my booty hole's mad clean because I'm not shitting out of my ass, I'm shitting out my side and you can't even see it. So like, fuck you. But yeah, that's just like hella scary and like hella hard to like open up about. And I know a lot of people feel weird about it because it's like, oh my god, this bitch has a shit bag or this guy has a shit bag. But it's honestly, it's what's on the inside that counts, you feel me? What other fuck shit would happen? I mean, I only hooked up with one other person and my boyfriend, and that other person was always just like mad nice about it. He like never like made me feel weird. He was super nice about it. If you're gonna hook up with someone with a shit bag, oh my fucking god, yes, this is what we're gonna talk about. Don't mention it. Don't bring it, like, don't make it like a big thing. Like, obviously, like, if the person with the shit bag is talking to you about it, just be cool, you know? Like, it's really nothing weird. Like, it's not gonna spill on you. It's not, like, I never had it break while I was having sex or, like, onto my partner. Like, never. Like, I had it for 2 years. And not once did it ever get on my part, like, did my shit or anything get on my partner, ever. Like, it was always there. And also building up is cool, like, building up to those moments, like, when I first got the shit bag and first started fucking this person, or my ex-boyfriend, I'd wear a tank top. I'd wear a tank top when we'd have sex. And like tuck it in, so it would be under the tank top, and like if I wanted to like show my boobs or whatever, I would just like move the tank top down or whatever, so it would just like cover the whatever it was, because like sometimes yeah, but within like 2-3 months, no, I had the bag for like 4 or 5 months before I like fully would take off my shirt and like feel comfortable with it, and he was cool with it. He didn't give a fuck. Yeah, my life with my shit bag was pretty chill. Never really had complications with it. Sometimes food would get stuck in it. Like, there's certain stuff that your small intestine doesn't break down, so it would like get stuck. And I mean, I would just push it out because I knew my body, but some people have to actually go to a hospital and get that shit flushed. But I figured out how to push it out because I was super comfortable with it. By the end of the day, like, I would talk to it sometimes, you feel me? Like, it had a life of its own. It moved. It made noises. It was just cute in there. Oh fuck, when it would leak, that shit was fucking annoying, bruh. Like, that, like, sometimes you don't put on the bag right, or sometimes you eat something that's more watery, so your poop is more fucking watery, and that shit would leak. Damn, that shit would get me so tight when I would wake up in the middle of the night and I'd have to change my bag because it leaked. I would be like, fuck, and sometimes I'd have to change my sheets, and that stuff was so annoying, you know. Those aren't things you think about. Like, when you have a shit bag, you have to deal with that type of stuff. By 2017, I guess I was over it, and my family was going through a lot of things where we just, like, I didn't know, like, what our financial situation would be. So I was like, I need to get this surgery because if anything happens, that would fucking suck, because what if I don't want this forever? What if I need to get it removed? What if we're in a... It just became something that it was just like, I have to get rid of it, you know? I had it for too long. It was keeping me stuck. It was keeping me too comfortable. it was just, like, if the world's ending, I'm not gonna fucking survive with the shit bag, you know? Like, I need to be able to shit like a normal person. So I was like, Amanda, you have to do this. So I had the reversal surgery in September of 2017. And it went amazing. I still get fucking calls from Cedars saying that I owe money, even though I don't. So y'all can suck a fucking dick. But yeah, I did the reversal and I'm fucking good. I mean, I don't poop like a normal person. Like, my poop's not like how everyone else poops because my colon's not preparing it. My small intestine is. But I feel like as time has gone by, like, my poops are more like normal people. So I got that shit taken off and my life has been great. I don't have pouchitis. So if you think you have ulcerative colitis, if you're having any pains, what I would look out for is if there's blood in your stool, extremely painful cramping, not being able to hold in food or down food, like throwing it up or like pooping it out directly after, having major cramping after you eat especially. What other things to look out for? Obviously, like, losing of energy and shit like that. But other than that, yeah, those were my main symptoms. Really, you want to look for a gastroenterologist to check you out, and they will help you. Alright guys, so that was the end of my video, of my story about, like, ulcerative colitis and having a shit bag. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or want to know anything else, just like put it in the comments and I'll respond. Yeah, so I'm gonna be making other videos. I hope to be making like a video a week at least. Yeah, so we'll do that. I'll do that for you guys. If you want like any specific videos, you can also put that in the comments. Yeah. See you next time, bitch.